Hello and welcome to a country which asks the question, how French are you? France.
If you go to the local supermarket to get some tea, what you might find is this stuff. Comparing a tin of beans and sausages in France and the UK, you can clearly see a French tin proudly labelling its pork French, and a UK one similarly showing its pork to be as British as it gets. As for the fulfilling French tin ravioli, well, it's made from French beef. As for the British tin one, who knows where the meat comes from. And some more tinned goods. How about some luscious tripe in a French can? Again, made from French beef, as we can clearly see. Should go nicely with Yorkshire pudding. In the UK, a tin of Frey Bentos chicken meatballs in barbecue sauce, made from origins unknown, the height of gastronomic sophistication. In between shopping escapades, I will go through 3 cities for some lights, flights and heights. First stopping off in the alpine city of Grenoble, located in the EZ department, then going across the 66 miles to the confluent city of Lyon for some automotive, aviation and illumination amazement before one more stop at Reims, 303 miles away for a gander.
This starts off here in Grenoble, which is now closing.
Of course it is. What opens at 10 PM at a weeknight? Not here, the Théâtre Saint-Marie d'en Bas. Or here, the House en Clair, which by day hosts a marketplace. A quick dash around town and past closed shops leads me here, the Chenois Historique, a thoroughfare which owes its name to the Saone family, who were once one of the richest families in the 12th and 13th century. A part of the old town, a number of historic buildings line up this route like a 16th century townhouses, and nowadays drinking establishments like this Scottish bar. Behind the scaffolding of the Place Saint-André is the Ancien Palais du Parlement, which for 500 years was the headquarters of justice in Grenoble. It housed the Parlement du Dauphiné until the end of the Ancien regime and was dissolved during the French Revolution. The old Parliament registered the laws and edicts issued by the king, but also refused to do so. If you fancy a piece of art and art means, there's always the Grenoble Museum, which houses over 900 paintings and sculptures. Just like this one, where even those days the cost of living meant counting out pennies and working by candlelight. Or this last dinner party, where these are about to become lads' night out like nothing matters. A few rooms away is this wintry landscape, a reminder of what snow looks like. And this 20th century landscape, created by Georges Agut, who was a member of the Fauvist movement. And these 1960s paintings, like this one created by Alain Jacquet, which records that of the luncheon on the grass. And this one of Jackie Kennedy by Andy Warhol, created on the aftermath of the 1963 JFK assassination. Across the Isère River is a 19th century Bastille, top of the hill opposite. There are a few ways to get up there, but this is the easy way, a 6-minute cable car journey. Built in 1934. It was one of the first urban cable cars in the world after Rio de Janeiro and Cape Town. Having asked people what this town was like, the response was, "Boof." Well, there's plenty to be excited about, like a fully functioning tram system, and the cold weather sure helps bring the glamour to this place. Well, it became the 2022 European Green Capital, since awarded to the cities of Tallinn, Valencia and Vilnius respectively. But for a nation that's about to host the Summer Olympics in its capital, there sure seems little fanfare in a town that hosted the 1968 Winter ones. It's that time of the year again, so where better to have Christmas dinner and pull a cracker than at this restaurant at the hill's summit. It's either that, or you can hold a selfie in the freezing cold, but at least you get a nice view once you wait for the clouds to go. The fort itself also holds a museum of French mountain troops, which only accept cash. If you only had card, no can do. Speaking of Christmas, down there's a Victor Hugo Square. It hosts a month-long Grenoble Christmas market, which attracts quite a crowd. So, in go. Uh-oh, someone seems to have fainted. But apart from the evening precipitation, what else can you find here? According to the signposts, the Palais des Artisans, Chalet de Penwell, Chalet Elevations, toilets. Well, what about the stores? How about some grad rags and headgear appropriate for this kind of weather? Maybe something tasty like some scrumptious waffles, mouth-watering sandwich savoyard, or cheese toasty, tartiflettes, mulled wine and beer, and a little stage in the middle of the square. I almost want to hang around. You'll also find charitable stores like French for SPF, anti-poverty and discrimination, non-profit organisation, and this comfy-looking shower. At last, we're inside a tent, and more stores which sell stuff like this beautiful handicrafts or quirky t-shirts. Mottos such as, I'm not always right, it's others who are always wrong. Or making this. It's my way of tidying up. Yay to irony.
Hello, and I've come here to Rochetaille sur Saone, where there's an automotive museum, the Automotive Museum of Henri Malartre.
Located in the middle of this commune, the museum, founded in 1960 by an enthusiast, Henri Malartre, brings together a collection of vintage vehicles across two buildings. The first part is in this former 12th century fortified castle. No mounting on this 19th century beauty from Rochetaille, one of over 130 motor car manufacturers that were based in Lyon at the start of the 20th century. Now, this vintage little voiturelle made by Decoville looks fun. It was specially made for female drivers. The vintage collection also includes transport on two wheels like these motorised bikes and these forerunners to the bicycle from the dandy horse, bone shaker, velocipede and a penny farthing. The second lot of course is held in this hall, like this iconic cutie, the Renault Type AG, the Taxi de la Marne, which ferried 6,000 infantrymen to the Battle of the Marne in September 1914 in the Great War. And here's something straight out of Pimp My Reich that might rack up a few ULEZ charges. Adolf Hitler's Mercedes 770K. And if that was not exciting enough, how about a tram wagon? But embarking or disembarking is no. We take to the skies. This century, French aviation is home. The finest of French aircraft like this little nipper, the MC-15 Cri-Cri, which can reach speeds of up to 220 kilometers per hour. Something a little heftier. The Nord 101 Wood Pigeon or Nora. 200 were built to serve the French Air Force and Navy. From planes and birds to whirlybirds, the Alouette 3 can be used for search and rescue operations, and it can fit up to 7 passengers like this wrapped-up rider. How French is this red, white and blue beauty, the Dassault Dornier of the jet, a light attack jet and advanced jet trainer that serve the Patrouille de France. Now that's okay. Supersonic strategic bomb fit for a pole. Dassault Mirage 4. And here's something that roars into action, the Seppercat Jaguar, which can reach up to 1.3 Mach. Somewhere between the two communes and in the shadow of 3 hills like this one, Fourvière, the hill which prays and we pray for better weather, is a little town of Lyon, where the Saone and Rhone rivers meet. But over 4 days, 2 million visitors come down here where a festival of lights brighten up a dozen or so sights. One site not covered surprisingly is a landmark basilica, No projections asking Marie to look over their family, and Armenia do not count. Coming from the cold and basking in grandioseness of the Marian soul of Lyon. All 86 metres long and 35 metres wide, which needs €5 million to keep this up. It was built between 1870 and 1897, and downstairs is a crypt that's dedicated to St. Joseph. And at the back is this nativity scene telling us that Jesus is coming. So, look busy. The street lights are on, Rochetaille lights are on, and ambulance lights are on. The build-up to Christmas is in full swing. Down at the Plaster Chacaban, the laser lights are on. For 5 or so minutes, we are treated to a presentation of smoke, beams of light which circulate all around. Where are the people at? The outdoor discotheque known as the Bastille. The bling bling thing is actually 2 back-to-back discs. In this plaza is a multicoloured hula hoop known as the Inline V360 at the Place Antonin Ponce, a 360-degree changing canvas of colour. And outside the Temple du Change is a flower power. Don't get too close to the flowers. So why the Festival of Lights at all? Well, it harks back to 1852. When citizens lit candles on window sills to mark the erection of a statue of Virgin Mary up there on Fourviere Hill. This, of course, commemorates a tradition when municipal councillors promised to pay tribute to Mary should the town feast from the plague in 1643. It would have taken place in September the 8th, 1852, instead of December, had there not been a flood. In the 1960s, shop window competitions continued this event in a new form. And in 1989, the city adopted its first Plan Lumiere in order to light up its heritage sites. Nowadays, it has developed into a €3 million spectacle, projecting visualizations that look like something straight out of Winamp and psychedelic trips on sites such as the Saint-Jean Cathedral, St. Paul Railway Station, Fresques de Lyon, and the Place de Terreau. Now, imagine a local council undertaking such an investment to inject some art and culture these days. Now that the Saone projection is over, here's the exit.
And for my final stopover, I am in Reims.
Famous for its champagne production, but not a shop open at this time of night to buy any. Anyway, here's a circus. And here is another light show. Well, not really. But around here, in the Parc Saint-Remy, is a Saint-Remy Basilica, named in honour of Bishop Remigius. It takes around half an hour by foot to get to the other part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Cathedral of Notre. And what do we get in return? A scene straight out of a Hallmark Christmas movie, fit for a king. Well, 25 kings of France were coronated here. It was built to replace an earlier church destroyed by fire in 1210. And since it was built, it underwent a couple of restorations, particularly after the First World War when it was shelled. Look at the beautiful masonry of the French Gothic architecture, all 81 metres of it with its twin towers in a west facade. Outside the town hall is a cute Christmas tree and a decorative sign, something to put onto Snapchat as a reminder of where you are. And here in the Royal Square are some more lit up trees surrounding a bronze statue of King Louis XV, originally the work of Jean-Baptiste Pigalle, and a lit up fountain to throw your pennies in. Great for a date or a stroll around. Sadly, no pennies could be spent or dates could be brought to this Christmas market down at the promenade Jean-Louis Schneider. I guess the traders called it a night just after summertime. Well, what's left of the city that took its name from the Remy tribe? Well, the main boulevard, known as the Place de Lyon, where between here and the 55-metre high Ferris wheel is a Soubet fountain, erected in 1906 with statues on each face.
And this is the part where we say thank you for watching and au revoir.
And that's enough Christmas festivities from France. Oh look, a working fountain with its lights.